Draw me close to you. Never let me go. I lay it all down. You say you are no one else will do. No one else can take your place. When I wanna be alone. Help me find a way. Bring me back to you. Bring me back to you. Ooh. In me. I see you working out there. I see you working out there. And I want you to work. Anybody feel what I feel? I see you working. And I want you to work. I see you give the sick to others. And I want you to work in me. Everything you work. And I want you to work. No one else can take. Not when I wanna feel the help me find my way. Bring me back to you, yeah. I wanna come back to you, oh yeah, yeah, Let it be done, Lord. Let it be done in me. Let it be done in me. Because I see you work, and I want you to work. Say it with me. Say, I see you, and I want you to work. Some of you need to close your eyes right now. Talk to the Lord. I see you, and I want you to work. Say it, say it, say it. I want you to do the same. see you working, and I want you to work it. Have your way, have your way, baby. Say you want to know, I want you to do it right. I want you to do it. Lay it all down. Said it once more, you say, tell me, all because I see you work in us, and I want you to work in me. Peace. Welcome to the line. Peace, bro. How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
All right, cool. Hold on, let me adjust. Link. All right. Say something.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah. Nah, they put this new thing on here where I could adjust your mic. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. All right, peace, and welcome to the Lions Den, everybody, man. Hope everybody had a good week. You know, as usual, like to bring you something to help you along your walk with the Most High. Today's topic or title is called True Fear of God Will Increase Your Knowledge. True fear of God will increase your knowledge. All right. Now, people want to fear everything else. All right. They want to fear wars and fear people talking about them, fear people disliking them, all this stuff. But what you really need to fear is God and have a true fear of God. All right. So, and having a true fear of God is going to cause you to do his commandments, his judgments, and his statutes. All right. So when you don't understand that you're supposed to fear God, or somebody's painting to you that, no, listen, God is all loving and all this and that, and that you shouldn't fear him. All right. That's where they are wrong at. If anybody's telling you that you shouldn't fear God, all right, then for one, you know that they don't know God. All right. Because if you have no fear, what would you know what I mean? Why would you obey him? All right. You fear the repercussions of what he's going to do to you if you continue to live in sin. All right. Yep. And you know his power and what he's capable of. This is what you fear. All right. It says to fall into the hands of the Lord. Hey, man, that's a dangerous thing. All right. You can fall into his hands in a good way, or you can fall into him in a bad way. All right. And lack of fear is going to cause you to fall into his hands the wrong way. All right. So we're going to start this off in Proverbs. All right, let's go here. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 1. All right, Proverbs chapter 1. And pick it up at verse 7, my brother.
Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
All right. See, it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So does this, once you understand that you're supposed to fear the Lord, all right, then when you fear him, you're going to start doing what he commands, right? And that's when your knowledge is going to start to increase. All right. That's when your understanding is going to start to widen or to rise. All right. But then it tells you on the other hand, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right. Fools despise these things. Fools despise wisdom. All right. So when you get your knowledge or your understanding, your wisdom, all right, and the wisdom, all right. When you get when you get the wisdom, right,
Right? You're going to apply everything that you understand, you're learning. All right. Everything you learn, and you're going to apply it. All right. So somebody could say, oh, look, this is a wise brother. This is a wise sister by the way they move and the way they do things, the way they speak and the way they give an answer to people. All right. You can tell when somebody fears the Lord, and you can tell when they don't. It says they despise wisdom and instruction. So then on the other hand, it's saying that the person doesn't like to be instructed. All right. They don't like correction. A person that doesn't like to be instructed, they don't like correction. All right. You can't give them some instructions for them to follow, because why? Because they want to lean to their way. All right. They want to instruct them own selves and not seeming what God has had you to do to instruct them. Right.
Mhm.
All right. It says, what else does it say, bro? Verse 8.
My son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Skip to 20.
So no, you good. So it says, all right, my son, hear instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. All right. So it's telling you, it's showing you where it's going to start at. All right. Even as from a youngster, you're supposed to be getting instructions and laws from your father and your mother. Right. So your father and your mother is supposed to be the one teaching these things. But with a lack of understanding throughout all the world, mostly, all right, we do know there's some places where people have understanding, but when you look at the whole picture, it's just like nobody has an understanding. All right, when you can go to how many people is in the earth, it look like nobody has instruction. When you look at the few people that do have knowledge or wisdom. It says, my son, hear instructions of the father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. All right. An ornament of grace. All right. This is what we all need. And we all need grace from the Lord. You understand?
Mhm. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So skip down to verse 22.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Uh-huh.
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge. This is a question. Like, how long are you going to love the things that don't have any knowledge? All right. Simple-minded person. All right. They don't have no understanding. All right. Not dealing with the simplicity that's in Christ, but simple as in you don't have no understanding. All right. Simple-minded. All right. Hold on before you keep going. All right. Ooh, good gosh. All right. Verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Verse 23.
Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you.
All right. So when I give you some instruction or some correction, hey, turn to my words. All right. All right. When you turn and do what you're being instructed to do, or you take the correction that is given unto you, it says, I will make known my words unto you. All right. So the Lord's words, that's what you're going to increase, and that's what you're going to end up knowing. All right. Then you can understand as you begin to grow. Then you can help other people. All right. You can help other people, and you can give them things. All right. You can help them. You can help them with correction and reproof. All right. So that they can obtain knowledge, so that they know how to walk, all right, know how to walk and conduct themselves as servants of the Lord, as becoming servants of the Lord. All right. All right. Because no one person just jumps into it and automatically knows everything. No, it's a learning and growing process. All right. You're going to begin to learn. And as you increase in knowledge and wisdom, you're going to be growing in the word. All right. And this is what we all must do. We got to grow in the word. All right. We shouldn't be stuck on the same thing, especially if they're the basic things. All right. For 15 plus years. Right? It makes no sense that you don't know that you're supposed to steal after 15 years.
Not still.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. All right. What verse you at?
Oh, that was it.
Oh, that's messed up. Let me look at my book. Yeah, take that all the way down to 33.
Okay, I got you.
Hold on. Yeah. Which? Yeah, 33.
All right.
All right.
Because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth.
All right. So the Lord's saying, I'm calling you. I'm stretching out my hand so you can come, but nobody gonna take it to heart. All right. But what?
But you have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproofs.
All right. You have set and not all his counsel, so you counted it as nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you would none of his reproof. You didn't want to hear none of his corrections. All right. None that he was doing. You didn't want to hear none of it, right? All right. So what is he going to do?
I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
See, because he knows the things. See, he knows the things that you fear after. All right. Mm-hmm. And he knows when you don't fear after him, but you fear after everything else. So he's telling you, I'm a mock when your fear cometh. All right. But you got to understand, if you are able to take correction, all right, and if you're able to take reproof, all right, these things, then you don't have to worry about being your fears coming upon you. All right. You're going to be able to walk in the Lord and not fear nothing. All right. Because you know, no matter what happens to you, that the Lord got you. All right. Either way. All right. What else, bro?
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Right. So he's saying, listen, after all that stuff, then when some trouble come upon you, and then you want to call on him day and night, and he ain't hearing, it's because he wasn't taking heed to what he's been saying in the first place. All right. Lord has sent his servants to you and speak to you and do all these things, and you just disregard it. And most people disregard it. All right. But he's letting you know that if then once your fear comes upon you and then things start happening to you, listen, I'm not going to hear you. All right. You got to understand that the Lord gets angry with us for being disobedient. Now we know that his anger don't last forever, but we don't want no parts of his anger coming upon us. All right. We want to be able to call upon him. And then when we call upon him, he answers. What else, bro?
For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They want none of my counsel. They despise all my reproofs. Mm-hmm. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own ways and be filled with their own devices.
All right. So the fruits that you're producing or off of the actions that you're making, it's saying this is what you're going to eat of. All right. Mm-hmm. And this is what you're going to eat of. All right. It says, he that soweth to the flesh shall reap corruption of the flesh. But he that soweth to the spirit, all right, that's the one that's going to receive life everlasting. All right, this is what you need to seek after, the spirit or the words of God. All right, for verse 29 it says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. That's what a person does. If you hate knowledge, then you don't choose the fear of the Lord. All right. People like to tell themselves, oh, I fear God. Well, if you were fearing God, you'd be doing what he commands you to do and not the opposite. That's how you know a person doesn't truly fear. All right. Now, we know that sometimes a person going to slip and going to do something wrong. All right. Now in that case, because let's take David, for instance. All right. He messed up and you knew he feared the Lord. But sometimes you can get complacent. All right. And you fighting against this flesh, and that's a strong thing to fight against. You can get complacent and almost get relaxed with it. All right. And sometimes the Lord got to smack you a couple times just to let you know, listen, yeah, you should still fear me. All right. And that's exactly what happened with him. All right. And he was sorry for it. And just think about it. A lot of the books and Psalms, you probably wouldn't have got them if David didn't do no sin. All right, because he was showing you, and he was in there confessing his sins, how he done wrong, and all this. All right, but you wouldn't have had Psalms the way it is. The Psalms probably would have been shorter. All right, what else, bro?
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearkeneth unto me shall dwell in safety, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
All right, you shall be quiet from fear of evil, the ones that hearken unto him. All right, so if you want to choose not to hearken unto him, just know you're gonna have fear of evil. And you know what they saying. People be running at a what's the scripture? They running at a shaking leaf blowing. All right, and nobody's chasing them, and you go ahead and tear off and you take off running. All right, that's how my people be. They hear a little rustle in the bushes and they gone. You don't know who it is. All right, so let's continue going. Whoa, whoa. All right.
Zayla, you gotta be quiet.
All right, so let's go to Psalms 110.
Zayla.
All right, Psalms 111 and verse 10.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever.
All right, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right, so you got to understand about wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. All right, so once you have knowledge, what we read in Proverbs, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So once you have that knowledge, then you're gonna be able to apply that knowledge. All right, and then it's gonna be called wisdom once you apply it. That's what wisdom is, the application of knowledge. All right, the things that you have learned. All right, and sometimes it takes a person to mess up in order to learn things. All right, they don't understand that. Listen, okay, truly, I should have been fearing the Lord in every aspect, and knowing that I can't get away with everything. You got to understand. You got to fear Him in all things. All right, you got to fear Him in all things, and then you're going to be able to do what He commands. All right. It says, a good understanding have all they that do His commandments. His praise endure forever. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. All right, we're going to see that the Lord is going to give His commandments to His people, right? And then right after He gives them something, He's going to tell them why He gave them to them. I mean, why He came down and gave it to them, all right? Because He did come down and spoke with them. Mount Sinai, everything was burning up. And another thing to understand before we read this, if anybody tells you that this is bad, something's wrong with them, because you can't read nothing in here and find something that, okay, well, I shouldn't be doing that, so I shouldn't be doing that. Nothing with this, nothing within here that you can read and say, well, we ain't got to do that, and then somebody's deceiving you. All right. Exodus 20, huh?
I said facts for sure.
Absolutely. All right. So Exodus 20 and pick it up at verse 1.
And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the The Lord thy God am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
All right.
And
So now we see that all these commandments he gave to him. Right now, you understand that these things are all still good. Don't be fooled by these things are not good. Somebody don't got the word of God and they don't got the fear of God if they telling you any of these things are not good. Bogus. All right. What else? Now let's see what was going on. All right, when the Lord came down and how the people were. All right, verse 18.
And all the people saw the thundering and the lightning and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off.
All right, so
And
they removed and they stood themselves afar off. They seen all this stuff coming and they were scared. They were scared. The fear set in then. All right, so don't let that have to be. Don't let that be you. The Lord have to pop up on you in order for you to start fear. Nah, fear before he even come. All right, take an example of everything you read. All right, because if he pop up on you, you're gonna try to run too. Right? You understand? Right? Even if he send the angel to you, you're gonna try to run and get up out of there. All right. Verse 19.
And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God has come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your face, that ye sin not.
All right. So this is why he came, man. He came down to let you know, hey, that you should fear. All right, you should fear him. That way you can sin not. And this is why you need to fear the Lord. All right. You need to fear him so you don't sin. All right. And then also so your knowledge and your wisdom can increase. All right. This is why you fear is going to keep you away from doing that which you shouldn't do. All right. And if you're doing that which you shouldn't do, then we know that you don't really fear him. All right. You don't really fear him. It hasn't set in yet. But trust me, that God is not mocked. All right. Whatever you're doing, and you're going to receive reward for it. All right. And God know how to get you back. He know how to line you up real nice and smooth. All right. And that's what you need to watch out for. All right. Nobody wants to get lined up by the Lord. All right. Let's go to Matthew 10. All right. Because we remember I was talking about how people like to fear man. All right. You'll have so much fear of man. All right. That sometimes it can stop you from doing what the Lord has commanded you to do. That ain't the fear you're looking for. All right.
No.
Josh calling. Please, hold on. Let me send this message to Josh.
All right, do that.
All right. All right, Matthew chapter 10. And let's pick it up at verse 28.
Matthew 10 and 28. Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Hold on, Rob. It's you coming in, but everything else coming in too.
Zayla, you gotta go. Put your shoes on and go outside. Right? No, forget your shoes. Hold on.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. Bear with us, give us a second, man. I know how little kids be.
All right,
cool. All right, so Matthew 28 and pick it up at verse 28 again. I mean, Matthew 10 and verse 28.
Mm-hmm. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
All right, so look, don't fear nobody, because some people want to threaten you. All right, it may become a chance where somebody's threatening you if you want to serve the Lord and do his commandments, that, hey, they're going to kill you, or they're going to do this to you, or they're going to do that to you, or they're going to cast you away from themselves. Don't worry about none of that. You don't need to fear none of that. All right, somebody want to kill you for serving the Lord, so be it. All right, think of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Did I say those names right? Hey, think of them guys. All right. Think of them guys. They didn't fear the king or what the king would do to them. They feared God above everybody else. So that when everybody else was bowing down, praying to a statue, they were the only ones standing up. Hey, everybody else bowing down. Hey, look, they didn't fear at all. And the king already told them, listen, we would throw y'all into a burning fiery furnace. But they chose to fear God above being tossed into a fiery furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right. So, and that's the same type of fear you need to keep within yourself. All right. You need to keep that within yourself so that nobody can knock you off of doing what God commands you to do. All right. The one you should fear. Right. All right. Let's keep reading, bro.
Are not two sparrows sold for a furlong, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye are of more value than many sparrows.
All right, so understand, all right? It says, fear you not, therefore, for you are more valuable than many sparrows, all right? You gotta understand, if anybody is trying to do the look, somebody can tell you, like, you can go to job and they be like, I don't work on the Sabbath. Well, they start telling you stuff like, well, gotta have it, or start to threaten you. Well, if you can't work on this day, then maybe you shouldn't be here. No problem, bro. No problem. If you're going to put your faith and your fear in God, then you know that he got you. Sabbath day come around, I don't care what you're talking about. If you want me to work and you don't want me to work here because of that, guess what? I won't be coming here. I won't be coming here. All right. The Lord didn't set this day apart for no reason. All right, and don't give me that mess about you in the land of your enemies. Don't give me that. All right. If the Lord can be with you wherever you at in the land of your enemies as well.
So all your dwellings.
Right. All your dwellings. All right. That's where you're supposed to keep the Sabbath, in all your dwellings. No matter where you at, land of your enemies does not matter. What matters is truly fearing God and not worrying about somebody else. Huh?
You think he didn't plan for that already? He knew he know that in from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Come on, yeah, right. And that's why he told you, in all your dwellings. Come on, man. All right, what else, bro?
Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
All right, and still, don't be afraid to confess God before people. Yeah, look, worried about what they're gonna say and how they're gonna react. Don't worry about it. I'm fearing God. I don't confess him because I'm trying to get my name confessed up in heaven. All right. What else, bro?
But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
Right? Then look, they get you scared. They're telling you, come on, we're gonna chop your hands off if you believe in God. Nah. Well, go ahead. God can give me some new ones. All right. It's the same type of mentality you need to have, man. Anybody comes around, don't fear man for nothing. All right. You fear God above everything. All right. That don't mean you just go and do stupid stuff because you fear God. All right. Well, I'm gonna go right up into their face and ask them to shoot me. Nah, man, you don't want to do that.
You ain't gonna
All
tempt
right.
the Lord like that.
Right. You're gonna tempt the Lord. Don't tempt the Lord. All right. You're gonna fear him. Well, if you fear him, then you're gonna understand, you're gonna know not to tempt him. All right. What else, bro?
Think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Uh-huh.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
All right.
And he
So
that
if you afraid of how your kids are gonna react to you, how your parents are gonna react to you, you're afraid of that, but you ain't afraid of what the one that created the everything could do unto you. And you are in great error. All right. It doesn't matter if you got to lose family members, friends, co-workers, whoever it be, in order for you to serve the Lord. It does not matter. All right. As a matter of fact, you're better off without them.
Facts.
What else, bro?
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
All right. All right, that's good stuff there. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 10. Hold on. Something ain't right here. I got on here. Let me fix that.
I thought it was 12.
Yeah, it's 12. I don't know why I got 22 through 30. Oh, that's why I copied Matthew. Let me go ahead and finish that. Let me edit that real quick. All right, pick it up at verse 12, bro.
And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God, with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
All right, so it's saying with all thy heart and with all thy soul. I'm talking about like all your mind and everything in your body. I had to serve him with all of that. All right, you're gonna look to honor God in everything you do.
Yep.
All right. Then that's how your light's gonna truly shine unto other people. Then we're like, man, something up with this brother, something up with this sister. What's going on with you, man? Why you do these things? Why you don't participate in what we do? All right, because I fear the Lord. All right. What else?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day for thy good.
For thy good. For thy
Mhm.
good. All right. This is why you're keeping them. It's for your good. It's for your benefit. What else, bro?
Behold, the heavens and the heavens of heavens is the Lord's thy God's, and the earth also, with all that there is. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked.
All right,
For
so
the
it's
Lord,
telling you to circumcise the stiffness, the things that are in your heart, that are in your mind, that don't need to be in there. All right, what's going to cause you to be stiff-necked? All right, you're going to hear the reproof of God, and you're going to turn your face up at it. Are you going to hear the correction of God, and you're going to be like, I would none of that. Remember what we read in Proverbs. All right. If you despise his instruction or his reproof, hey, when your fear cometh, then he gonna be somewhere laughing. That's what the book said. That ain't what I said. All right. He gonna be somewhere laughing. All right. Verse 17.
For the Lord your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh for war. He doeth execute the judgment of the fatherless and the widows, and loveth the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Hold on.
Thou
So even when we read that, it said love the stranger. All right. Now we know that a person that has some understanding of God's words know that you're supposed to show love to everybody. All right. You're supposed to show love to everybody. You're supposed to overcome evil with good. All right. So if somebody's telling you to hate a particular person for no reason, then something is wrong. Something is wrong with that person. And guess what? Their understanding is not increasing. All right. Because if anybody telling you to hate somebody, all right, they're in error. All right. All right. And just for no reason telling you to hate them. Oh, I hate them because of the color of their skin. Sounds like a fool to me. All right. What verse you at, bro?
20. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God. Him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name.
All right. So all again, we've been seeing fear the Lord all over. And we've seen in that it's for your benefit. It's for your good. All right. Understand and know. All right. That's 20. All right. Now let's go to Proverbs chapter 3. All right, Proverbs chapter 3. And pick it up at verse 7.
Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
All right. So, see, you got to understand when you're trying to be wise in your own eyes, remember, there's a way that seemeth right unto the man, but the ends thereof are the ways of death. All right. So it's telling you to fear the Lord so that when you fear him, look, you're going to seek out what he said. All right. You're going to seek it out diligently. All right. If you know, some people like to say, oh, I don't fear nobody on the streets, but you wouldn't cross some people because you were worried about what they're going to do to you. All right. You ain't never try to get over on somebody who, you know, that you thought was going to do you some damage. All right. But you think you're going to try to get over on God and think that he ain't going to cause no damage? Oh, he can cause damage. All right. He can hit you where it hurt. All right. Verse 6.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
All right. And all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. All right. So this is how you can not lean to your own understanding. All right. So in all your ways, whenever you're going to do, all right, when it's time to make the decisions, all right, just dealing with your life and how you're walking with God, hey, seek out God first. All right. Get his counsel. And that way you can understand, oh, listen, this is how I'm supposed to move, and this is how I'm supposed to operate. All right. Let's keep going here. Proverbs chapter 8. Proverbs chapter 8, and pick it up at verse 13.
The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate.
All right, so it's saying the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. You have to hate evil within yourself. All right, you got to. Evil is your enemy. You're supposed to hate this enemy. All right, evil is the things that's going to cause you to fall. All right, if you can work and do your works in evil. All right, and then it gives you a list of the things. All right, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride is the number one thing. Well, guess what? Satan is the father of all the children of pride. You got pride in yourself. You think you're too big. You think nobody can talk to you. You can't talk to you a certain type of way, correct you. All right. You think it's always about you. If it's always about you, then you are definitely in error. All right. You're supposed to be lowly in mind, lowly in spirit, not thinking too much of yourself. All right. Oh, they ain't going to do this because I'm here. Oh, you ain't going to do, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to do such and such and such and such. Nah, don't have a high look upon yourself, man. All right. Because the Lord is able to bring everybody low. He'll sweep the leg. He'll sweep the legs from up under you. You come tumbling down. Mm-hmm. It says pride and arrogancy and every way. And the forward mouth do I hate. The forward mouth, the person that's speaking difficult things, that's hard to deal with. Some people like to do that. Some people like to try to get a rise out of you. They like to talk their speeches to get you angry, all right? Because they know you don't like something, all right? They want to do something. They want to start speaking because, oh, I know he don't like this. I know if I do this, it's going to agitate him, all right? If you're that type of person, hey, listen, you need to change it quick, all right? Verse 14.
Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength.
All right, look, he said, counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. If the Lord is telling you that he is understanding and he has strength, you better believe, hey, none of his words, hey, he doesn't just sit and talk just to be talking. I ain't no rambler. All right, when he speaks, it has meaning. It's for a reason. All right, and it's always for our benefit when we listen to it. All right, verse 15.
By me, kings reign and princes decree justice.
Mm-hmm.
By me, princes rule and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me.
All right, those that seeking him early. All right, or when a time when he may be found. And he says, I love them that love me. All right. So if you don't love them, all right, and then people will be like, well, he gave his only begotten son. Yeah, he gave his only begotten son. That's how he showed his love for the entire world. If you're gonna count that as something as nothing or reject that, he says, I love them that love me. All right. If you don't even love the son, what do you think that's gonna be for you? All right. What do you think that's gonna be for you? Let's go to Hosea chapter 4. All right. Mm-hmm. And this is why most people are destroyed, right? Let's go look at it real quick. Just read that one verse when you get there, brother.
Verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Whoa, right there. He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. If there's lack of knowledge, then that means there's lack of fear. All right. That's exactly what it means. If there's lack of knowledge, there's lack of fear of God. Because if there's fear of God, then your knowledge will begin to increase. Mm-hmm. All right. It will begin to increase. But what?
Because thou has rejected knowledge, mm-hmm. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
I understand Israel was supposed to be a nation of priests. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to be teaching everybody, bro. But people don't understand that. All right, people don't understand that. Mm-hmm. And this is why everybody's destroyed. For lack of knowledge. You ain't got no understanding. All right, that's because you got no fear in the Lord. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. Let's see what it says in Jeremiah chapter 5. When you get there, bro, pick it up at verse 21.
Mm-hmm. 21. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, and which have ears and hear not.
That means you have eyes you can't see to understand, and you got ears you can't hear. All right, you ain't hearing, and for one, you ain't hearing His word. All right, this is why you can't see. All right, this is why you ain't understanding. All right, it says without understanding. All right, and there's no fear. There's always, it always has to be fear there. I'm gonna say it over and over again. All right, verse 22.
Fear ye not me?
He's asking a
said the
question.
Lord.
He's asking you a question. Fear ye not me? Saith the Lord. What else?
Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bounds of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves therefore toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, they can yet can they not pass over it.
All right, look,
But
he asked the question. He said, will you not tremble at my presence? Trust me, we seen what happened when he came down on Mount Sinai. Them jokers became track stars, man. Got away from the mountain. All right, so you think, right, afar off. All right, you're talking about in the distance. All right, now you think if the Lord was around, you wouldn't be scared? Right now, the Lord come in your living room and sit down. Well, you're gonna be trembling, scared. All right. But he asked the question, man, will you not tremble at my presence? Yes, Lord, I'm gonna tremble at your presence. I don't want you to pop up on me. I'm scared. I fear you. You know what I'm saying? 23.
But this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone.
All right. So, but if you do pop up, I pray it's for good and not for bad. You know what I'm saying? And if it's for good, you know, I love it all day. Let's see. Because at any time the Lord could, you know what I'm saying, if He wanted, could kill us for anything that we have done. All right.
Yes, for sure.
But we know that He hasn't rewarded us according to our iniquity. All right. But when you're walking in uprightness, hey, look, you ain't got to fear. That's what you don't have to fear. If you walk in uprightness, you don't have to fear the punishment of the Lord. If you walk in upright, so you shouldn't. In that aspect, you shouldn't be fearing. All right. It says, I said, verse 23. But this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. All right. That's how you know there's no fear. If you're revolting and you're going away. All right. And your heart is rebellious. All right. Your heart is rebellious. It doesn't even make no sense to read the Bible or the word of God unto you because you don't want to hear it. All right. What else, bro?
Neither say they in their hearts, let us now fear the Lord our God, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Your iniquity have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you.
All right. So look, the people ain't even considering. Listen, the Lord gives you all these things, and you don't even consider to fear Him. All right. And that's why it's going to be good things are going to be withheld from you. What else, bro?
For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, as he that setteth a snare, that set a trap, that catcheth men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and wax rich. They are waxed fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. The right of the needy do they not judge? Shall I not visit for these things, said the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?
Right.
A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land.
Right.
The prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof?
All right. So even when it says it went to the prophets, it said the prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. Listen, if you out here giving the wrong word of God, you in a congregation, anywhere you call yourself in a congregation and you're giving the wrong words, all right, and you're ruling by how you want to rule, hey, you are in error, bro. And it says the people that they love to have it so. That's why you can
Mm-hmm.
go and talk to somebody and be like, well, listen, the word of God says this, or the word of God says this. And they'll tell you, well, Pastor Jenkins told me this, and Pastor Jenkins said this. All right, I'm going to follow
Mm-hmm.
what he's saying because that's my pastor. All right, don't be
Or I
a
gotta talk
fool.
to my pastor.
Huh?
Or I
What
gotta
you
talk
say?
to my pastor.
Right, I got to talk to my pastor. What you got to talk to your pastor for if somebody's showing it right to you? All right. So obviously, if you got to even go and talk to your pastor, he ain't been telling you this. All right. And you got to understand because you do got those people in those places who do these things and and they're leading the people down a dark, slippery path that's going to end up in a ditch. All right. Let's go to Malachi.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi chapter 1. All right. Malachi chapter 1 and read one verse and then we're going to jump to chapter 2.
Okay. Malachi 1:6.
Oh,
A
yeah.
son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Let's go to chapter 2.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't finished that.
Oh, my bad. Said the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have we despised thy name?
All right, so he said, look, if he be a father, where is his honor? And if he be a master, where is his fear? Saith thus the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name, and say, wherein have we despised thy name? All right, so they asking, where have they despised his name? But the Lord said, you despise my name. And he's talking to the priests here. Now, we're not going to read all this down here, but we're going to skip on. We're going to see, all right, what was going on. All right, now let's go to chapter 2 and pick it up at verse 1.
And now, ye priests, this commandment is for you. If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, said the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart.
All right, so he's telling you, listen, now to the what we talking about now to these teachers out here, these teachers, these pastors, these leaders,
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that's supposed to be leading the people of God. If they're not going to speak upright, if they're not going to have fear to the Lord to be able to do what's right, all right, then you shouldn't be following them. All right, nowhere you should go and somebody should give you one scripture and then talk just for 45 minutes. Something is wrong. You need more. You need more. All right, and Ecclesiastes will tell you because the preacher was wise, but he sought out many scriptures. All right, hold on, I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Because I just kind of felt like I butchered it, which I know I did. Ecclesiastes 12, and it says, and moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. All right, many proverbs. You shouldn't go nowhere and they have 2 to 3 scriptures for you, and that's their whole lesson. Something is wrong. You wise. You didn't spoke more of your words than God's words.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What verse you at, bro?
Verse 3.
Go ahead.
Behold, I will corrupt your seed and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your Sodom feces, and one shall take you away with it. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi, said the Lord of hosts.
Mm-hmm.
My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherewith he feared me, and was afraid before my name. The law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and in equity, and did turn many away from iniquity.
All right, so
For the,
understand this is what somebody who is in a position of leadership should be doing. They should be turning away people from iniquity. All right, they should have so much knowledge within themselves that when the people come to them and ask for an answer, they should be able to give it to them. All right, and not tell them what they want to hear. All right, what else?
for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they shall seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, said the Lord of hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore have I also made ye contemptible and base before all the people,
All right, as
according
nothing before all the people. What else?
according as ye have not kept my way, but have been partial in the law. Have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our fathers?
All right, you see that? So let's continue going on. All right, who's talking to the priests? All right, talking to the people in charge. They're supposed to be giving the word. Let's go look at some more. All right, just know that whoever's leading you or whoever's you go and sit before and get understanding from, they should be fearing the Lord. And you should be able to tell by their actions, all right, and not just by, all right, and you also going to be able to understand, all right. If you're reading your book yourself, then they should be having a good understanding of it too and be able to give you things, all right. The knowledge should be increasing and causing your knowledge to increase and to turn you away from iniquity, all right. All right, Jeremiah 23 and verse 1.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the Lord.
All right, the ones that destroy and scatter, all right, they're not doing it for the right reasons, all right. How do you destroy and scatter them? All right, you ain't giving them what they need, all right, and you scattering them away. Let's skip down to verse 16.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesied unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of the Lord.
All right, so it's
They
telling you not to listen to these people that's going to make you vain, all right, to make you vain or as nothing, all right. They keep telling you that this is your riches or your birthright and all this and prosperity and joy and all this, but they never telling you the things that you actually need to hear, all right. Then they give you they speak a vision that they didn't thought up their own self and they mind. Oh, wow, the Lord showed me this, and then it's giving me this for you. They're telling me that, telling you all stuff like this. That's all you're going to increase in your riches. And it's always about riches and greed. All right.
oh
It's about riches and greed. There's the other stuff in there too, but mostly that's what it's about. All right. What else?
17. They say still unto them that despise me, the Lord hath said, ye shall have peace.
All
And
right.
they
So look,
say,
those that's despising the Lord, you're going to tell them they should have peace. No, how do you know you're despising the Lord? You ain't keeping his words. All right. So when a person comes to you and you're going to tell them, oh, it's okay, man, you're going to end up having peace. No, you're not going to have peace. You're going to have destruction. Somebody is leading you down the wrong way. Somebody don't have no fear of the Lord. Then they're going to cause you not to know that you should fear the Lord. What else, bro?
and they say unto every one that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. For who have stood in the counsel of the Lord, and have perceived and heard his word? Who have marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the heads of the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter day ye shall consider it perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and have caused my people to hear my word, then they should have turned them from their evil ways and from the evil of their doing.
You understand? So your evil ways and your evil doing, a person in leadership should be able to turn you away from them. And how do you know he's going to be able to turn you away from them? Because listen, if he's giving you, and if he's even showing you, he should be showing you where he's getting his answers from when you go to ask him a question. All right, should be showing you and giving you understanding, and thus it's going to help you know how to turn away from evil. All right, turn away from evil. Listen, I don't understand. I want to know how to fear the Lord. I need to know what to do. All right, let me show you. Let me give you the words of God, and let me show you what to do. All right. Understand that. All right. So it don't matter where you're going. All right. Person should be able to turn you away from your iniquities. All right. Mm-hmm. And they also should be able to tell you what iniquities are, which is sin. Right?
Exactly.
Right. And if they can't tell you that sin is the transgression of the law. All right. Anything that's coming out of God's mouth, then what can they teach you? They want to teach you that feel good, and it don't matter what you do. Don't go for it. All right. Proverbs chapter 14. And when you get there, pick it up at verse 17.
You meant 27?
27, yep.
The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death.
See, this is what true fear of the Lord does. I said it's a fountain of life. All right, a fountain of life. And it says to depart from the snares of death. And this is how you're going to be departing from the snares of death. All right. And with that death, that real death you need to be worried about is the second death, the lake of fire which burneth forever. That's the second death. That's what you need to be afraid of. All right. And the one who can put you there, that's the person. Remember, we read the same thing in Matthew chapter 10. All right. This is the one you need to fear. All right. Because in fear in him is a fountain of life, and it's going to cause you to depart from the snares of death. All right. Let's go to Philippians chapter 2. And we got one more after this.
Yeah.
All right. Philippians chapter 2. And when you get there, my brother, pick it up at verse 12.
Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure.
All right. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. And fear and trembling of what? Of God. All right. That's the only thing you should be fearing. That's the only thing you should be fearing. All right. Let's go to this last script, man. Job 28 and verse 28. Mm-hmm. And when you get there, go ahead and pick it up at verse 28, my brother.
And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
All right. So that was true fear of God will increase your knowledge. I mean, I pray that somebody got some edification in the name of Jesus Christ, man. And just wanted to let you know, man, make sure you seeking out the Lord diligently, knowing that you're supposed to fear him, and knowing that if you do those things, he's going to increase your understanding. All right. Then you're going to be able to move better. All right. You're going to be able to use wisdom. You're going to have to be able to apply that knowledge and everything that you have learned. All right. Just keep the fear. All right. And know that, hey, you're going to fear nobody on this planet, but you got to fear God. That's what you're going to understand. And once you understand and do that, then things going to be better for you. All right. Mm-hmm. And that's all I got for y'all today, man. Peace until I see y'all again. Have a blessed Sabbath, and a good rest of your week. All right, bro. Peace.
All right, peace. See you later.
Yes, sir.
Lord willing.
Lord willing, sir. All right. Yeah. Stream.